Must be about time we did a tour of the tomato plants in the Dutch buckets and a few of the coir buckets that I've got around the place. This tomato here is a pink Brandywine. This one was grown in dirt or in potting mix, whereas the pink Brandywine that's next to it, it was put into a rock wool cube and grown totally in the NFT system. Now, this one's much bigger, but it is a little bit faded on the leaves. This one appears to be the stronger plant. This is my green zebra, or one of my green zebras. These seeds were provided to me by Ryan Lebsock from PonicWars. Quite like these plants. That one's pretty green. It's looking very healthy. I'm looking forward to seeing how these things turn out. This is a pair of Kumatos over the back. Kumato is a tomato that Coles has been selling, and the guys locally saved some seeds for it and got me to put these two plants in. There's plenty more plants if that little one doesn't work out. This spindly looking thing is the Spence Italian tomato. It's from the old Italian people who live up on the hill in Spence. They grow this one, and they won't tell anybody what variety it is, but I've managed to get one out of the guy who breeds them for them, and we're going to give it a try in the hydroponics this year. Over here we have a mortgage lifter. Good variety. It's not a very tall plant at the moment, but that one's got a good strong stem on it. In amongst the jungle over there, if you can see past the garlic and the what's that? The shard. This one here is a San Marzano. It's going like the clappers. It's a really strong plant. Quite pleased with it. Down here, next to the other garlic, that one is Rouge de Marmande. That's one of the few that I bought as a seedling. It was just about dead in the local Woolworths. I got 50 cents for, I don't know, about 10 plants I think. So I rescued it. It seems to be going pretty good. Over in the corner, that's a black Russian. I'll just zoom in on it a little bit. It hasn't got a silver cover in the top yet because I've been too lazy to make it, probably, but that is an experiment with a short bucket. That's a 10-litre bucket. I just want to see how it goes. This one next to it, where the feeder tube has come out of the little bow pipe, that's another black Russian, which is growing in a 20-litre bucket. And again, that's all I've done there is I've got an experiment with two plants growing next to each other, one in a double-sized bucket, so we'll see how that goes. But that black Russian has a very, very thick stem on it, and it looks like it's going to do very well. That's the one in the bigger bucket. This one here is another green zebra, growing in one of the big black buckets. Again, care of Ryan Lebsock. So it's looking like a good plant actually. It's got a good green colour to it. That's possibly because it's over on the sunnier position. Next to it, I think that's an ox heart. That's a pair of ox hearts in there, I think. Yep, ox hearts. Yeah, I've got two plants going in the one bucket. Again, it's one of the big black buckets. This one is a Mighty Red. It's another rescue for 50 cents from Woolworths. Judging from the thickness of the stem on that plant, it was a good one to rescue, and it's come back to life beautifully. And next to it we have the sole hydroponic cucumber. That's a crystal apple cucumber grown from seed in a rock wool block, brought on in the NFT system. Looks like it's doing all right. A little bit faded around the bottom, but looks like it's doing fine. Down there we have some pumpkins growing in rockwool. On the ground here we have a yellow tomato. I've always wanted to grow one of these, so I didn't have room left in the hydroponics, so I've decided to grow it in one of the 15 litre dirt buckets. Another one that's growing in a dirt bucket is, what's it called, Indigo Ruby, this thing, which I loved the name of it when I saw it in the hardware store, so I grabbed a plant and thought I'll give that one a try. I've generated a few suckers from it, so we're going to have 4 of those growing in dirt buckets in various people's houses. One of them is going over to my friend Jack, and I think there's one going to my father, and somebody will take one of the others. This here is a Grosse Lisse. That's the best performing tomato. It's up to 18 inches, nearly 2 feet out of the dirt by now. That's the Canberra tomato, the one that everybody grows around here. Can't finish this off without showing you my carrot patch. That's just another one of these self-watering buckets. I actually forgot to put a feeder tube in it, and I've planted carrots in it. And the object is to see whether carrots grow okay in a container. I mean, if they do, I might put in a second one. They're just a nice little thing to have hanging around on the edges of the garden. Oh, forgot this one. That one's cherry tomato. That's my only cherry tomato. Not quite sure what variety it is. My friend Jack bought this for me for a present. It's a SweetBite. So we do have a cherry tomato this year. That's all we've got for today. If you've got any inquiries or comments or just want to have a yarn, you can always write to me. It's totterdog91@gmail.com. I don't have Google Plus, so if I don't reply to your comments on YouTube, it's because my channel's not Google Plus compatible. Okay, that's it for today.